Your neighbor waves at you every morning on his way to a job that pays $54,000 a year. What you don't know is that he made $1,900 last month doing something he does for 3 hours on Tuesday nights, alone, in his garage. He hasn't told anyone at work. Not because it's illegal, because when he mentioned it once at a barbecue, someone laughed and said, "That's not a real job." And he decided the money didn't need anyone's permission to be real. That's the pattern behind everything in this video. The side income that actually pays well is almost never the kind anyone talks about proudly. It's the boring kind. The kind that sounds like nothing when you say it out loud and somehow pays more per hour than the job people went to college for.
Let's start with the one nobody expects. Fixing small appliances. Not electronics, not phones. Toasters, blenders, vacuum cleaners, the stuff people are about to throw away. A guy in Tennessee posts free ads offering appliance repair pickup. Fixes what he can with $20 in parts and either resells the item or charges a flat repair fee. $60 to $90 per fix, 2 or 3 a week. Most of what he fixes takes less than 40 minutes. He never advertises anywhere fancy. Word just spreads because everyone has a broken toaster sitting in a closet they forgot about. Second one, bookkeeping for small businesses that are too small to afford an accountant, but too disorganized to do it themselves. A woman with a background in retail management, not accounting, took a 12-week online bookkeeping course and now handles the books for 6 small businesses, a nail salon, 2 contractors, a small daycare. $300 to $500 a month per client, spread across maybe 6 hours of work total each month, per client. She makes more from this than she did managing a store 40 hours a week. Third, pressure washing driveways, siding, and fences. This sounds like teenage summer money. It isn't once you scale it slightly. A guy runs this on weekends with a $600 machine he bought used, charges $150 to $250 per house, depending on size, and does 4 houses on a good Saturday. That's $1,000 before lunch for work that requires 0 certification, 0 degree, and a machine that pays for itself after his second job. Notice what's building here. None of these 3 people are doing anything clever or secret. They're doing something unglamorous, physical, or administrative that other people are either too busy or too proud to do themselves. The value isn't in the skill being rare. It's in the willingness being rare. Fourth, editing wedding and event photos for photographers who are overloaded during peak season. A college student edits photo batches for 3 wedding photographers using presets she built herself. Gets paid per wedding, roughly $150 to $300 depending on photo count. She's never touched a camera professionally. The photographers don't need another photographer. They need someone reliable at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday who can turn around 400 edited photos by Thursday. Fifth, junk removal. Specifically the kind that skips the big national franchises and works directly with landlords clearing out apartments after tenants leave. A guy with a pickup truck and a $40 dump fee arrangement charges landlords $150 to $400 per cleanout depending on volume. He does 2 or 3 a month around his day job. Landlords keep his number saved because finding someone reliable for this exact task is harder than it sounds, and once you find someone, you never go looking again. Sixth, translating documents for immigration paperwork, medical forms, and small business contracts. Someone bilingual in Spanish and English. No formal certification required for most of this kind of work. Charges $30 to $60 per document. She does this from her phone between errands. Immigrant communities in almost every American city have a constant, quiet demand for this exact service, and almost no supply, because most bilingual people never think to charge for something that feels natural to them. Here's the thread connecting every single one of these. They all solve a specific, boring, recurring problem for someone who has money but doesn't have time, patience, or the specific skill required. None of them depend on an algorithm deciding to favor you today.
None of them require going viral. The client already needs the thing done. You're just the person who showed up willing to do it.
Seventh, and this one surprises people every time. Dog boarding out of your own home, done properly through a platform that vets both sides. Someone in a quiet neighborhood boards 2 to 3 dogs a month for 5 to 7 days at a stretch. $45 a night per dog. That's $600 to $900 a month from a spare bedroom and a fenced backyard she already owned. She was going to own a backyard either way. Now the backyard pays rent. Here's the uncomfortable truth sitting underneath all 7 of these. Every one of them is available in your own city, right now, today, and almost nobody is doing them. Not because they're hard, but because they don't sound impressive at a dinner party. I fix toasters doesn't open conversations the way I work in marketing does. But the toaster guy's hourly rate is higher, and he doesn't have a commute, and nobody schedules a meeting about his meeting.
The neighbor from the beginning, the one doing something in his garage on Tuesday nights, it's small engine repair. Lawnmowers, mostly. He charges $80 a job, does 2 a week, and has genuinely stopped correcting people who assume it's just a little hobby money. Let them assume that. The deposit doesn't care what anyone assumes. It shows up either way, quietly, every single week, while everyone at the barbecue goes back to talking about their commute. Somewhere near you right now, there's a broken appliance, an overwhelmed small business owner, a landlord who needs a cleanout, or a photographer buried in unedited files. Someone's going to notice that gap this month. It might as well be you.